You could just tell how passionate you are when you talk about
Uh,
wrestling. I love this.
I love
But
it.
I mean, you've been back in the ring recently, and I think that those training videos of you being in the ring kind of started, setting off some light bulbs for fans going, man, maybe TJ could work another match.
I know. Believe me, I wish, but I don't dwell on it. The truth is, I won't wrestle again. I tried doing one Royal Rumble. It got a lot of thought went into it, but it got turned down. And I'm not mad at it. It was kind of funny the way Vince laid it out to me. He said, like, just he's like, we can control everything that we can on our power, but what if something happens? Like, what if something we don't control happens? And in my mind, where I didn't say this to him, but where my mind went was like, say someone jumped the guardrail and like pushes me from behind as I'm on the steps or something, and it shocks me back. Like, I don't know. That's just where my mind went. Then you fast forward 3 months after Vince and I are having this phone call. 3 months later, that guy is taking Brett and Natty down at the Hall of Fame. And like in my mind, I was like, oh my God, I had this vision, except that was me getting taken down.
Yeah.
So as soon as I already was at peace with it. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is exactly what happened in my mind. I don't know if this is what Vince was talking about, but when he said it to me, this is what I interpreted it as. I'm good.
So the idea was return at the Rumble in Phoenix last year.
Not really return, but just kind of like give me a chance to write the final paragraph of my in-ring chapter.
Well, think of the pop you would get. If your music went off, the pop you would get. I was there. I was at the Royal Rumble in Phoenix. That was a huge stadium.
I have a really funny, I feel like, man, I'm probably totally wrong, but I have a really funny, for me, I feel like I have a funny connection with Phoenix. We did that WrestleMania there where we clotheslined Vince. Then the next night, Harry and I wrestled Miz and Big Show, and we ended up winning by count out, but we were like just baby faces kind of by default, and the people got behind us. I know that's the night after WrestleMania crowd, so it might not entirely be Phoenix. But then I've had a lot of other matches there. Like I had a 6-man tag there on Superstars once. Myself, Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel against the Usos and Trent Beretta. And in terms of like hidden gems of like my matches, that one's probably takes the cake. And that's the first time when we did like the superplex to the floor, and we get like a standing ovation from that Phoenix crowd.
So the idea of you returning, did that begin with an idea that you had in your head, or did someone else talk about this?
No, I always had it in my head to like at least approach it and just see, obviously take it day by day, see how I felt with my neck and stuff. And I knew the secret with the Royal Rumble is that I could do it and not have to take any bumps, because that's the big thing. Like, yeah, I can hit the ropes, I can springboard. That's okay. Probably landing on the springboard, like even springboarding and landing on my feet is probably not great for my neck. But bumping is the thing that stops me. Like I can do it. Like I train these guys, and it's so fun to be in the ring. It's literally like lit such a fire. That and man, I don't know. It's so crazy. This pandemic caused some of my best work as a producer for some reason. I don't know why. And they were rough days, some of those PC days, those double tapings. But man, but it's all just lit this fire in me, so I can kind of like chain wrestle a little bit with these guys and show that, like, demo a couple things. But when it comes to the action, it's almost like now I know how these minus the money, I know how these super actors feel, because I can do the scene, and then when it comes to the bump, it's like, cut, stuntman, I need you in here. I need a stuntman now.
We saw you in the ring recently with Brodie Lee Jr. That was so cool to see. It looks like that kid can work.
Dude, he's insane. So classic me. I'm always late. I'm late for like everything. We call it heart time, but it's funny. Natty's usually on time and pretty good. I'm really bad. She's actually related. I'm not, but it like reverse osmosis went to me. I don't know. But I show up and Brodie's there. I knew he was there, but I showed up, and I didn't know this, but I guess they asked him earlier, like, do you want to go in the ring? He's like, no, I'm okay. I'll just watch. So I'm talking to him a little bit, and they're running drills, and they were there was a little like pot, like they were done. The last few people were done. Obviously, we were going to still wrestle. And I just said, hey, Brodie, you want to go in the ring? He's like, yes. Like he He didn't think about it. As soon as I was even done saying it, he said yes. So he and I rolled in. We could lock up. He's strong, man. He does jujitsu. I knew he did amateur wrestling before, but now he does jujitsu too. So he's strong. He came in and he shot in. Later on to live, he shot in for like a single leg, but also like with his outside leg, like tripped her. I was like, okay, this guy is serious. So he and I are wrestling. At one point, he gives me something. I'm kind of like selling in the corner. I see him. He's in the opposite corner. And I was like, oh, I wonder what he's going to do. He's probably just going to run and like tackle me or something. He comes flying, hits me with a drop kick. Bang. I was like, what? Then before I'm even like, I'm just laughing. Before I'm even like, can even like be done laughing, he's already back in that other corner. I'm like, oh, he's going to do another one. Wrong. Cannonball. Bang. What? Dad, he's funny, man. He has energy forever. It was hard to get him out of that ring in a good way. And I was like, okay. And little Nolan was in there too. And then I was like, okay, let's let them wrestle for a little bit. And then I have these little crash pads, and he's like, can we jump on the crash pad? I said, yep. So we brought it over, stacked the two on top of each other. Then he just kept jumping off the steps, and like he would do a frog splash, or he would do a coffin drop, or he would do a leg drop, or he would do an elbow, or he would do a swanton. And then he started making me call out different wrestlers, and he would do their move onto this crash pad. And man, and he just kept jumping. And then he realized like if they weren't hitting the ropes, he could jump on the apron, and it's a little bit higher than the steps. So he'd jump on the steps, jump on the apron, and then jump onto the pad. And oh my man, energy for days.
Wow, it's like he got all of this from his father.
Man, so I've said this. It was wild. I kept watching him, and obviously he knows what he's doing, but I wonder like how much of it is just like he's just been probably doing this for so long in terms of playing, but he kept doing like the Brodie thing, and he kept doing like the spinning clothesline. And I'd be like looking at his face, and it was like his face just glowing. He's time of his life, but then he's also a little heel. He like we're all on the outside of the ring. He's like wrestling with Liv. Then he comes to like shake our high five us, and then when you go to he goes, you suck. Then next thing you know, it was really funny. It was really funny because at one point he's like Teddy showed up, Teddy Hart, and Brodie's cutting a promo on Ted. He said, get in here if you even think you have a chance.
Wow. And how old is he?
He's 8.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, man.
Wow, this is a star in the making.
Yeah, and the little brother is like so tough too. He's Brodie's you could tell he's a good big brother. They're wrestling around. It was cool, man. It was so cool to see. Just even see. I'm not around them a lot, but even just if that just helped them kind of escape things for 2 minutes is 10 times is worth everything.
Yeah. Whose wrestling school were you guys at for that?
Oh, that's mine. I have a warehouse and a ring like 20 minutes from my house.
But it's not an official wrestling school.
Yeah, it's not a school. It's just kind of like a private club.
Or it's not a school yet. Yeah.
I'm sure eventually. It's one of those things I've toyed with in my mind a lot. I trained people before when I was younger, and it's definitely something I like doing. I wasn't sure why I didn't want to open a full-on school, especially. Well, I mean, first off, this pandemic is a part of it, but also when I trained people before, I could physically do everything, so I could physically show you. I didn't know if I'm a good trainer at this level where I can't physically do everything. Like being a producer is a little bit similar in terms of helping put matches together, but like for example, if I'm helping Natty versus Becky put a match together, I don't have to teach them how to take a back bump. They're super advanced, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit different, but what I've realized is like as long as I have like another good, like almost like a second coach under me that he can actually demo the stuff and I can explain it and kind of demo things, like I said, to a point where I need my stunt man to come in. Yeah.
What do you not feel comfortable in the ring doing because of your neck?
I think mostly just bumping. And
so have you taken any bumps in the last 6 years?
No bumps. Just minus the one I took on the treadmill at the gym one day that I pretended nobody saw, but I like ate it on the treadmill. Someone left the treadmill on, like maybe like 0.2 or 3, but I thought it was like so slow. I literally thought it was off. And so I stepped on the side and then I put like 1 foot on, but not realizing. And it just took me. And I like hit my, I remember like I was doing an hour of cardio and I didn't want to look down, but my hand, when I did finally, like 20 minutes later after the stinging went away, my hands were all straight. My shins were like, and I was like, okay. I remember thinking, that's the first pump I've taken in quite a few years.